Welcome back to GetX AIML. Today we'll solve few set of problems on continuous probability distributions. Let's begin. In a city, the heights of adult men follow a standard normal distribution with mean 0 and standard deviation 1. With the probability that a man's height is above 2.3 is P. The probability that a man's height is below minus 2.3 is P. They are giving it as standard normal distribution, that is mean is 0 and standard deviation means they are already giving you the Z score. So they are saying P of Z greater than 2.13 is equal to P. Then they are asking P of Z less than minus 2.13 is equal to what? You already know that P of Z less than minus 2.13 is, to convert it to plus value, it will be P of Z greater than 2.13, right? Based on the symmetric concept of the normal distribution. This is nothing but same P. Next, the heights of adult men in a population follow a standard normal distribution with mean 0 and standard deviation 1. Again, Z values given. Determine the value K such that phi of K minus 0.5 equal to 0.275. Straightforward. See, phi of K here means what? Standard normal CDF, that is f of Z, CDF of Z is given. So for what value of Z, that is K here, you will get this value. So phi of K is equal to 0.275 plus 0.5. So this value they are not given, instead they are given you the table. From here you find out that K value. So phi of K is equal to 0.775. Now see where is 775, the value, the CDF value, 774775. So this is 0.75 and then 0.03. That means that K is equal to, how to read this, 75, you have to add this column values. This actually means 0.7500 means plus 00, 0.75 plus 0.01. That is the value that we have given, plus 0.03. So this will be 0.78. This is the answer. What it means, for the Z value 0.78, I will get this CDF value. Next, a factory produces rods with length normally distributed with mean equal to 60, standard deviation is 12 centimeter. A new variable, this is what they given is for say X. Y equal to AX plus B is defined so that its mean, here this mean for this Y, so P of Y is equal to 0, and again then sigma of, or you write it as variance of Y is equal to 1. Variance already they are given. Now what is that you have to find? The constants A and B are dash and dash respectively. See, this is the variable. Then in terms of X, what should be this A and B values, such that this equation holds. So this is simple, right? What is E of Y? E of Y is equal to A of, they already given, E of AX plus E of B, based on the properties of linear combination of expectation and variance. So now E of Y is given as 0. 0 equal to E into A of X is A into E of X, plus the expectation of constant B is same, B. So 0 equal to A into, what is E of X? E of X is this, mu. Mu is E of x into 60 plus b. That implies b equal to minus 60a. Now, the variance is also given. So, variance of y is equal to variance of ax plus variance of b, because ax plus b is given. So, this is, when I take a outside, it becomes a square. Variance of x plus variance of constant is 0. Variance of y is given as 1. What is variance of x? Variance of x is, sigma is 12. The standard deviation is 12. So, variance of x will be sigma square, right? It is 144. That implies a square into 144 is equal to 1. That implies a equal to plus or minus 1 by 12. Okay. Now you substitute it here. So b will be equal to minus 60 into plus or minus 1 by 12. So that implies b is equal to plus or minus 5. So when a is equal to minus 1 by 12, b equal to plus 5, right? And when a is equal to 1 by 12, b equal to minus 5. This is the answer. Next. Rods manufactured by machine have lengths normally distributed with mean given as 120 and standard deviation sigma is equal to 8. Two rods are selected independently. The probability that both the rods are longer than 132 centimeters. So, what is that? They are asking P of x greater than 132 is for one rod. Probability that both the rods are longer means this is total probability, the product rule, right? Both means both has to be P of x greater than 132 into P of x greater than 132. This is equal to P of x greater than 132 square. This is what you have to find. How will you find this P of x greater than 132? P of x greater than 132 is equal to, so first convert it to z score. Z equal to, x minus mu by sigma. So this is equal to 12 by 8. So that is 12 by 8 is 3 by 2 is 1.5. Now this is what you are finding. P of z greater than 1.5. But they given it as the CDF of 1.5 is this value. So what is CDF means? See, phi of 1.5 means what? They're saying P of z less than or equal to z. This is the CDF definition, right? Z less than or equal to z. This, that is P of z less than or equal to 1.5 is given as 0.9332. The thing is, now you have to convert this. Will you convert? This becomes 1 minus P of z less than or equal to 1.5. So I can write based on the symmetric property of normal distribution. So this is equal to 1 minus 0.9332. Okay, now we substitute here 1 minus 0.9332 whole square. So you will get this value as something as 0.00446 is the answer. Next, scores of quality tests are normally distributed with mean 50, standard deviation 10. Find two symmetric score limits around the mean such that the probability of scoring between them is 0.76 and the probability outside is equally split. Okay, so what they are saying, this is your curve. The mean You are given it as 50, mu equal to 50. The standard deviation is 10. Now, find the two symmetric score limits around the mean such that the probability of scoring between them is 0.76. So, this is the total area. 0.76 means the area is 76% of the distribution. And the probability outside is equivalent, means lying outside this area and this area are equal, that is tails. They are both are equal, that means it's a symmetric. Now, what is that you have to find? You have to find probability that, so x is in between what? In between 50, that is mean, minus d, this area. So let us say this is minus d, this is plus d on the other side. This area and then this area. That is, this area is what? 50 plus d. See, 50 plus d, 50 minus d this side. So the x should lie between this 76% range. This is given as 0.76. Hope you are getting it. Okay, the value x, sample value x, that should lie between 50 minus d and 50 plus d is equal to 0.76. So they are asking you to find this. What is this value? What is the value? That is 50 minus d and 50 plus d. So find value d, so we'll get that area. Now how will you do it? First convert it into z score. Z equal to, let's say z1 equal to 50 minus d, this one I'm solving, minus 50, x minus mu by sigma. Sigma is 10. Similarly, z2 equal to 50 plus d minus 50 divided by 10. So z1 equal to minus d by 10. Z2 equal to d by 10. Now you substitute here, convert it to z score. P of minus d by 10 less than z less than d by 10 equal to 0.76. This is what they are given. Now, how will you convert this? Okay, you need to, they are given this some CDF values here. Please observe them carefully. Now, see, how will you write this? This is nothing but, I say this is Z1, this is Z2. How will you calculate this value? Phi of, or since they are symmetric, so can you write it as 2 times P of the interval 0 of less than Z less than D by 10. Remember symmetric property, explained it, right? You can write in 3 ways. Negative to positive, negative to 1 minus positive, and then 2 times that, because they are symmetric. Now, so this is equal to what? 2 times, how will you write this? Phi of, let us make it simpler. So here, so now we divide this by 2 because P of this is equal to 0.76, right? So P of 0 less than Z less than D by 10 is equal to, divide this by 2, so 0.38. Now, this is nothing but what? Phi of D by 10 minus phi of 0 is equal to 0.38, right? Now, phi of 0 is given 0.5. You send that side. So, phi of D by 10 is equal to 0.88. If you observe, they are given this 0.88 value also. So, that implies D by 10 is equal to, so I am taking the inverse now. Phi inverse of 0.88 is 1.18. So, that value is 1.18. That implies D is equal to 11.8. So, now what is the interval? Interval is 50 minus 11.8 comma 50 plus 11.8. That means it lies between 50 minus 38.2 comma 61.8. This you have found out. That is the answer. Next, the lifetime of rechargeable battery is normally distributed with mean pi, standard deviation 0.8. If battery lasts more than 4 years, the probability that it lasts less than 6 years is, see, it's a conditional probability. If a battery lasts more than 4, so given 4 years, it lasts less than 6 years. If it was exponential distribution, you would have applied the memoryless property. Normal distribution doesn't follow memoryless property. So I cannot ignore that conditional probability. What is that I am to ask? P of x less than 6 given x is greater than 4. This is equal to P of x less than 6 intersection x greater than 4 divided by P of x greater than 4. Now what is this means? X is less than 6 and greater than 4 means P of 4 is x is greater than 4 and then less than 6. So what you have to find? Divided by P of x greater than 4. Okay. Now we calculate the z-scores for each of these. P of 4 less than x less than 6 is equal to. So what is P of 4? So that let's say Z1 equal to 4 minus 5 by 0.8. Z2 equal to 6 minus 5 by 0.8. So now you find P of Z1 greater than, you can convert this value. What we'll get it is Z1 equal to what? Minus 1.25. Z2 equal to plus 1.25. 1.25. So this is nothing but P of minus 1.25 less than Z less than 1.25. And then what is P of Z greater than 4? Z greater than 4 means 1.25. Now you find the values. So this is P of Z greater than 1.25 means 1 minus P of Z less than or equal to 1.25. You can write like this. So they are already given this Z less than or equal to 1.25 is this value. So 1 minus 0.8944. Similarly here, P of minus 1.25 less than Z less than 1.25 is equal to pi of 1.25 minus pi of minus 1.25. Now convert this to positive value. So 1 minus you can take, right? So pi of 1.25 minus 1 minus pi of 1.25. So these values are already given. So 0.8944 minus of 1 minus 0.89. So got this value. So got this value. Substitute here. So we'll get 0.882. This is the final answer. Next. Light bulbs have lifetimes normally distributed with mean 950 and standard deviation 60. The probability that a randomly selected bulb lasts less than 890 hours or more than 1020 hours is, what is that you have to find? Some rule or. So P of x less than 890 or P of x greater than 1020. So 5 values are given. You convert this to Z first. So how will you convert this? So P of first to convert. So this will be 890 minus 950 divided by 60. This will be 1020 minus 950 divided by 60. So if you convert this, this will be in terms of Z less than 60 by 60 minus 1 plus P of this will be 1.17 something. Okay. Plus Z is greater than 1.17. Yeah. Already they are given these values. Just convert them, right? P of this is already given 0.1587 plus 1 minus P of Z less than or equal to 1.17. This is nothing but they are given 0.1587 plus 1 minus 0.8790. This comes out to be 0.280. Next, gears manufactured in a factory have diameters normally distributed with mean pi, standard deviation 0.15. The value of D such that 90% of the gears have diameters within pi plus or minus D centimeters. Here, this kind of problem already was solved. What is that they're saying? To find probability of pi minus D less than X less than pi plus D, and this is given as covers such that covers 90% means 0.90. This is what they are already given. This is my mu. Mu is given as pi, and then they are saying this is minus D, and this side it is plus D. Okay. So this entire thing covers 90% of the area. So you find D such that it covers 90%. That is what they are saying. Now, you already solved this, but just observe here. When you solve this 0.90, okay, let's solve. So first convert it into Z value. So this Z will be pi minus D minus pi divided by sigma less than X less than pi plus D minus phi by sigma 0.90. P is equal to minus D by sigma is less than X less than, so Z less than, it becomes Z, right? I convert it to Z square, less than D by sigma is equal to 0.90. If you want, you can substitute sigma here, is 0.15. Later you can substitute. Now, if you observe here, 0.90 is there, but they are given it as 0.95, the value for this. Now, how will you do it? If it was 0.95 here, directly I would have converted it into 2 times of this. Convert 2 times of this, then I need pi of 0. So how will you do this? See, if you want to solve this, I need this value to be 9.5. So again, you can apply the symmetric property of normal distribution here. What it says, see, if you observe here, entire this area is 90%. Where is the other 10%? Other 10%, this tail, this is called tail, right? 5% is here. So they are symmetric means either side it will be equal. This is 5% of the area. 5% of the area is the right side tail, 5% of the area is the left side tail. So that means what? If I start to find the area from here, to start to find the area from this side. So where this starts, 95%, right? From 95%, for 95%, this is the area I am saying for positive value of z, or that side of the mean. So how will you convert this? Okay, so now what exactly this means? P of z less than or equal to z is 0.95. What is z here? P of z less than or equal to 1.645 is equal to 0.95. So P of z less than or equal to, what is our value here? D by sigma. So what you are finding is equal to 0.95. See, this is same as this. Why? See, because this is the standard definition of your PDF of the normal distribution. Okay, so you can write like this also based on the symmetric property, or like this also. So now I'll write z less than or equal to d by sigma is equal to 0.95. If you calculate, you'll get the same. Both are same actually. Now, what is that? We'll get now. So this value already they are given. Take the inverse of it. It is 1.645. D by sigma equal to 1.645 into d equal to sigma. What is sigma value? 0.15. We found out the d value. This is the d value. What is d? We'll get it as 10, something like 10 point, no, 0.247. Check the value. 0.247. Okay. It's all about the property, symmetric property of the normal distribution. Next, registers have resistance normally distributed with mean 100 and standard deviation 5. If three resistors are selected independently, probability that at least one exceeds 110 ohms. So first find P of x greater than 110. So this converted to Z, 110 minus 100 divided by 5. So this will be 2. Z is 2. Nothing but P of x greater than 2, sorry, Z greater than 2 equal to find. So, but the CDF value is given, that is P of Z less than or equal to Z. This means phi of 2 means. So convert this. So it will be 1 minus P of Z less than or equal to 2 is equal to 1 minus 0.9772. This is the value. Now, what is that you have to find? If three resistors are selected independently, what is this probability? This is the probability of one resistor exceeding 110 ohms of resistance. If three resistors are selected independently, the probability that at least one exceeds 110 ohms. So first you find out probability of none of them exceeds. Similar problems you have solved, 110 ohms. So none of them means what? 1 minus, this is exceeds, into this exceeds whole cube into 3 times. No. See, if all has to exceed, what it means? It all has to exceed, it is product of all these, right? P1 into P2 into P3. It's a product rule. So this is the probability of found out that all of them will exceed 110 ohms. So all of them exceeds is cube of this. So cube. Now this is the cube. Okay. This cube of this is taken here. What is that I am finding? None of them exceeds means 1 minus this value. Okay. None of them exceeds. Now, at least one exceeds means P of at least one of them exceeds means 1 minus P of none, right? P of none of them exceeds. This is equal to 1 minus P of none of them exceeds is this entire value into 1 minus 0.9772 cube. Okay, so if you want, you can calculate the values here for simplicity and then do it. Okay. You will get the answer as 103 0.0228. The only thing is you are applying product rule and then subtraction rule here. Okay. Exam scores are normally distributed with mean mu equal to 82 and standard deviation 6. Students whose score lies in the middle, 70% of the distribution, are awarded B grade. So what they are saying, this is the distribution, and then they are given mu equal to 82, 70% of the area. Let us say this is 70% of the area. So they are asking this area is awarded the B grade, this point and this point. So now find the range of the scores. If 82 is the mean score, so to basically find same thing, probability of this 82 minus some D is less than X less than 82 plus D minus is equal to, what is this, 0.7. So 70% means 0.7. So similarly, you solve the same problems. Just see now again. Next, see again they are given 0.85. If you observe here, this is the area, this is the area. 70% means this is 15% tail and this is 15% tail. Okay. Again I have to convert it into P of Z less than or equal to that value. So how will you do this? So divided by sigma. Sigma, what is sigma value here? 6. We'll do it later. Now, what is this? Sorry, first I converted to Z. No? So Z equal to 82 minus D minus 82 divided by sigma, and this Z equal to 82 minus D plus D minus 82 divided by sigma. So this is P of minus D by sigma less than Z less than plus D by sigma is equal to 0.7. Now using the symmetric property and the tails, we write it like this directly. That is Z is less than or equal to D by sigma is 0.85. I am adding the tail probability. So this value is given, that is D by sigma is equal to, so take the inverse, 0.85 means they are given 1.036. That implies D is equal to 1.036 into sigma. What is sigma? 6. 6 into 1.036. So D is equal to, you will get it as 6.216. So this is the range 82 minus 6.216 comma 82 plus 6.216. So this is, you get it as 75.78. So and then 86.22. What it means? Those students who score in this range are given B grade. The meaning is what you have solved. Okay. We'll solve few more problems in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share with your friends.